That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Byron! And hey, Beto! And hey!
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into two. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed jade. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready,
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle.
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset for
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is...
Shenhe. I
am... Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so...
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for... To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Wow. So it looks like... Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you...
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to...
In that case, I have a... Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the... Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure... Sounds great, but how...
I think the plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on... From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all... I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Ooh, what's the opera called? The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a pop. It's called The Divine Damsel.
Ah, hello. Are you here for...
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd...
Of course I have. Sorry.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some...
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore...
Sure. Well, you'll need to... If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her star splinter iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though... I'm really not sure. Sorry. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for star splinter iron around...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not... I came to Mount Tianeng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at the... No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story... What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a...
Cool! A hero story?
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a... In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband, the vile and vicious monster, told the villagers, "If you want to live..."
What a nasty piece of work! Ugh.
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little...
No! Don't do it, little...
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear, and her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, and so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like...
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was... I'm not sure she deserves all the praise.
I've never considered... Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to...
I think it's a great story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some stuff!
Now I'm really in a pickle!
Shine down! Illusion shattered! Shine down! Let's light it up! One with nature.
There should be enough Star Splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Symposium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse... Huh. He didn't seem to...
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if...
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have...
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes.
Huh? You know this guy?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention toward...
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this...
Time to go.
The remains of a god, an abandoned village, Mount Tianheng. Does this mean that the true story of the time frame certainly matches? So it seems we're in the right area. What's this? So... now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an... So that's why I've been getting this strangest feeling whenever I check. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera... And she didn't volunteer. She was... Oh. The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. Oh, it looks like my...
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there. So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk. Let's go back and tell Shenhua the news!
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time...
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love.
Do you still hate?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my... So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not...
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, I'll tell you more about the old times.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk just now. In the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of...
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day... So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and... But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue.
don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's... We can't let someone else beat us to it! That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Oh, goodness.
So,
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a...
Leave the wonder cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't...
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the con. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.